and maybe some games, some trips, anywhere that made us happy as we were a child. So maybe someone wants to be the first. Who wants? Okay, I know that Alexander wants. Yeah.
No problem, no problem.
Okay, so can you describe a memorable moment from your childhood?
You know, my childhood was inside of an orphanage because my parents separated from each other. I was so young; I was only 2 years old. My daddy just disappeared. He went away from a place so far from ours, and as my mom couldn't afford to bring me up just by herself, she ended up putting me in an orphanage. Um, it was a normal place. I was raised together with other children, poor children, some of them who didn't even have parents. I played with them normally. I went to school. Um, of course, although it was a normal life, it's not the same as to live together with your parents. Because in my point of view, I think that every single child wants to live together with their parents. But it's okay. I have good memories about my childhood. I played a lot. I studied. There were some rules to be accomplished with, but it's okay. But yeah, that's it.
So your mother just left you and never visited you?
Sometimes she went there to take me home,
Mhm.
but it wasn't oftentimes. I mean, I think uh, once a month or sometimes once every 2 months.
Mhm.
And I remember that once I was commemorating a party. I think it was Children's Day,
Mhm.
and there was a woman with her hands over my shoulder. I was so distracted, so happy that my mom changed with that girl, put her hands on my shoulder, and I didn't realize when I looked back, Mom, this is you. And she said, Yes, yes, honey. I got so happy. It was, of course, a simple moment, but it made me so happy. I remember that day forever. It was so special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's really touching and it's really unforgettable. Yeah, I can understand you.
Oh, yes.
Maybe you remember some special games or special toys for you.
Um, as I was a very poor child and lived in an orphanage, um, I remember that when I went to my cousin's house, they had video games, wonderful video games, ball and some toys. Uh, I took my time with them. It was so good to play video games and some of the kind of plays because at the time we didn't have advanced technology, for example, a cell phone and laptop, this kind of things.
As
It
I
was not.
am. I didn't have anything from all
Yeah.
of these technologies too.
Well, by the time I think the most interesting thing was video game, sophisticated video games at that time. Yeah, and I loved going to my cousin's house to play with them. Yeah, that's what I can remember actually.
But it's great. Okay,
Yeah.
so turn on your microphone. Okay.
Yeah, Alexander, we once met. Nice to meet you again. Not the first time meeting you. My question to you is that how do you feel to be nurtured by one single parent?
Could you repeat your question, please?
I said being nurture means being with one single parent. How do you feel? Because like you, according to your explanation, like you are only staying since we are young, we are staying with one single parent. How does it feel to be with one single parent?
To be with one single parent, you mean?
Yes, exactly. Because the mother was not there with him. I think he said that he's there only with father.
No, he
Uh,
wasn't with father. He wasn't with father. Okay, repeat your story, please.
yeah. It wasn't. I didn't think that uh living without my mom was a good thing, of course, but I had to understand the situation. Nowadays, thank God I got my mom, I got my daddy. I respect them. I talk to them normally, but Yeah, honestly, I think that this is a consequence of life. You know, I cannot be sad about it because I could live. Uh, I already got myself a happy person. I got my family. Yeah, we cannot put in our mind bad things about bad moment. I love my mom. I talk to her normally. I talk to my daddy normally, and I thank God today because I still got them. That's all.
Sorry.
Understand? Did you understand?
I understand. I understand. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Anytime.
One moment. I did something. I don't know what. Okay, I'm back. Something wrong with my phone. I don't know what's wrong with it. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much, Alexander. So let's move on to to Salah. Okay, tell us about your childhood, your some memorable moments that you remember,
Thank you.
still remember, and it is unforgettable for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a very interesting topic. Uh, being a childhood is a very interesting thing. Some of us, the time we are child, I think we are kings. We are not very well. Some pass through some difficulties. For things that I can remember in my childhood is I am I can say that I grew up in three countries that have grown up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am born in a country called Senegal. Senegal is not far from the Gambia,
Mm-hmm.
and the time I was 4 years old, then my grandma moved me from Senegal and took me to a country called Guinea Conakry.
Mm-hmm.
Now I left my parents, and then I moved with my grandmom. Now it's my grandmom that nurtured me the time I was the time I can remember things that are in my childhood. I can say, but I believe that I was having a grandma that a different grandma that that he like we normally say we have some grandma that's quite a child that that anything that you want they can do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not have that kind of grandma. I have a grandma that is so serious that anything that he asks you to do, you need to do it as quick as possible. Anything he respect work. He was like training me like a soldier. That grandma that I have. Anything that he's training you, you have to remember it forever. Because like it will be so hard that for you to forget it. For instance, when you wake up early in the morning, instead of giving you tea and a sugar, he will only give you a tea without sugar, so that maybe when you go anywhere that there's no sugar, you can even drink the tea. You think that there's sugar, and I was nurtured like that, and I was trained to work hard, and then maybe like in the future, it will not be difficult for me to when I'm working hard. It will not going to be difficult for me because I already know how to work hard. And one thing that I can remember, we have a lot of my grandma have a lot of oranges and fruits. Now, when he has some guests, he trained me that anytime we have guests, let me roast and give him water, and then let me roast and get fruit for him, the individual, and then I move. Anytime we have strangers, that one I know that is my work. I need to go and give the water stranger, and then I need to run and get either banana or oranges, any other fruit, and I go come and give it to the stranger. That is kind of like respecting strangers. But one day I can remember, because anytime you see a stranger, you need to do it fast. I was in a rush, then I want to climb an orange tree. Then immediately I hold the branch, I fell down, and it was so painful. Then I rose to him. I told him that today I didn't think I can get the orange for the stranger because I fall down. I have a pain. Then he beat me. He beat me. He said, "Rose and bring the oranges," and you are telling me that you have fall down. Then I rose with that pain and still bring the oranges to the stranger. And I believe those those are the things. And then I love football that time. I love football so much because I wanted to be a star like at that time we don't see Messi and other people. We see people like in Africa, Okocha. I don't know some of you whether you know him. Okocha is a very good player in Nigeria. He's an excellent player. We are looking up to those people to see whether we can play like that. But then my grandma will not allow me to go and play because we believe that playing football, like there are so many useless things in it. There's no gain in it. And then he used me to the farm, much like we have a farm that we normally goes to. Like he believed that we go to the farm is better than going to football because football though at that time doesn't earn you money. It just maybe exercise that it earn you. But then some of my friends, when they are going to football, they will come for me. And then when they come for me, my grandma will say, no, he's not going unless he finishes his work. And my friends will help me to finish my work, and then we go. If I finish my work, I will go. But if I did not finish my work, I will not go. And then my friends will help me to finish my work, and then we'll go. Uh, so many challenges I faced during my grandma nurturing me. But then I believe I have feel so many. I do not regret staying with my grandmother because today, if the love that if I was staying with my parents, I think they will love me so much that they will spoil me. But then my grandma was showing me that in future there is a challenges ahead of you that you need to face. And those challenges that you need to face, some difficulties right now, and then it will be easy for you later on. Then it will be easy for you later on. And I believe immediately I got like my 10 years because I stayed with my grandma for 6 years. Immediately I got my 10 years. Immediately I got 10 years old. Then I came back to my parents. But then my parents reduced so many things that my grandma was like. Immediately I see stranger in our that one I adopted already. Immediately I see stranger came to my parents. I normally rose and bring water and sit down and give them water. Then my parents did not like that. They said, like, you can give water, but you don't sit down. You don't sit down until you finish drinking. Then you. But it's the way I was trained. Immediately I see stranger, I give him water. I rose and bring water. Still now I adopt that. Still now I grown up right now. Still now if I see stranger in my house, I give him water. My grandmother taught me that. I cannot forget that one. But then the hard work that is in me right now that I cannot forget. It is my grandma who I can say that who put it in me, but not my parents. That's why I am so I'm so appreciative for what my grandma did to me. That I can that these are the things that I can remember the time I was young that my grandma have done to me that I can remember.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say? Because I didn't hear you.
Yeah,
Try to answer. Like,
in the high school, if I'm not mistaken, I was 12 or 13. There was a woman, a girl that likes me. And then at the first time, I didn't like her. And then when in the third grade of junior high school, we were in the same class, and then I'm starting to like her too, you know. And then at the time, I feel like I can't focus and I can't concentrate when I was studying at the class. And it makes me, oh no, that's why I got bad score in the final examination of the junior high school. So I didn't get what's the name? Apa
Any
namanya
information?
the English like national high school, you know. So I got private high school because the school is better in national, right? Because equality. So and what else? My childhood is just yeah, that's what I want to share. I think. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah.
I
Any
think
question
many
maybe?
of us could feel such emotions when
Yeah.
when was younger, right?
Maybe you guys have any question for
Ronald
me?
is agree with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and maybe you can tell us some interesting or funny story, or maybe some vacation or trip that you still remember from your childhood.
Oh yeah. When I was kindergarten, I mean, what do you say? Locational trip? You mean like traveling?
Like I don't know, maybe a Christmas or
Oh,
maybe some trip. Maybe you go
okay.
somewhere with your parents and you remember it.
Yeah.
I sorry,
When I
or
was
when.
in when I was living in East Java, it's Malang. I always go to Jakarta, but right now I live here. Actually, it's in Jakarta right now. It's South Tangerang, but it's still close to Jakarta. So when I was in 2000, yeah, around 2000, I don't know, 6 until 2015. Usually I go to Jakarta when it is Ramadan, Islamic Islamic fasting month, in
Mhm.
the Idul Fitri, I go to Jakarta to we call it mudik, like homecoming, go home, hometown, go to the hometown.
Mhm.
Yeah, but actually my hometown is not Jakarta. My hometown is Padang, but I never go there. I mean, I ever go there, but very very seldom, because I was born in Jember, and then I grew up in East Java, Malang, and then right now I live in here, Setenggerang. Yeah,
Okay.
and uh, yeah, maybe I think you guys need to ask me, because I'm running out of topic.
So, any questions for Awan?
Please ask me, guys. Yeah,
Uh,
maybe salah.
yes. I have to invite you to Gambia because you are so funny. You have to come to the Gambia because we are funny people. You have to join us.
Inshallah, one day I can go there.
It
But
will be the
because
next unforgettable trip for Avan.
I'm you must come to Gambia. You are teaching us that now. It's like when you are in class and then you have a lover in the class. It's indicating that you not learn. You not learn that one. According to your explanation here, like you are teaching us that when you are at college or when you are in any other even not I think class, but even an institution where you are working, when you are partner there, if you don't mind, your work cannot go properly.
Yeah.
Yes, it's what I'm learning from your explanation here because like the girl have interrupted your education
Yeah.
and then it's like that's why other places, workplaces, they don't want like two partners to be at the same workplace because they may use love so much there until they interrupt the work.
Okay, thank you. So actually, I had a lot of memories of my childhood, but unfortunately, I lost because you know that I have a short memory. I just remember someone, my story, but it is not about my childhood. I think 10 years ago, 10 years ago, there was something happening with me. At that time, I was so crazy to meet with the host. Oh, at that time, I was so crazy to meet with host and Jen. Once I was watching some videos on YouTube, there was someone content creator, and he was brief us about that how to meet with host and Gent and Fairy. So I was so excited, I was so crazy that let's see that how they look like and how they are talking with us. So I was so crazy about them, and at that days I tried to stay alone. I tried to stay in the darkness, in the horrible place. And I was trying to repeat that mantra. There is some line, and he said that we have to repeat this line again and again the whole night, and we have to stay alone. So probably we will meet the host, and probably we'll meet the Gent. So for 1 week, I have done this mantra, and I'm still thinking about myself that how I did it. But nowadays I'm so scary. I'm afraid of this thing, but I'm still thinking that how I did this thing because I was so crazy. And once when I returned to my home, my father my father scolded me, and I asked, "Why, Dad? What happened?" He said that, "What are you doing nowadays?" I said, "I didn't done anything." But unfortunately, one of my native friend, he was informed my father that your son is doing something like crazy. So I still remember that story that I was so crazy to meet with Host and Jen. Whenever nowadays, if I meet with my those friends, they are trying to remind me. They said, "Ah, do you remember that story when you was trying to meet with Host and Jens?" I said, "Oh yeah, this." So that was one of the crazy story, and also you can say one of the funny story in my life.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions? No. Okay, thank you, Sirajuddin, for your funny story. It was really interesting. Thank you. So let's move on to Labib. we, we were
Okay, thank you
waiting
so
for you.
much. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Olga. Miss Olga, I'm sorry. Mrs. Olga. Okay, I will tell about my childhood story. Actually, I was born in Jakarta, the capital city, Jakarta, and my mother is origin in Jakarta. You know, the Indonesia is very large ethnic. Maybe there are more than 300 ethnic in Indonesia. So, my mother is originally in Jakarta. The name is Batawi ethnic, and but my father is from the Indramayu. It is located in East Java, so it is maybe around 200 kilometers from Jakarta to my hometown, my father's hometown. So when I was child, my grandfather, because he is like cleric in the Islamic my village, so my father my grandfather told to my father to bring me to the village because I have to learn about the Islamic studies, So I learned Islamic studies from my since I was child, and there are two school in the morning. I school I'm studying in the national school, like elementary school and senior high school. But after in the noon, like in 1 p.m. until 5 p.m., I learned about Islamic studies. So I have two school. It's the first is formal school from the government, but the second is from the yes, it is like non-formal madrasah. But the memorable, I think, when I go to my senior high school, because my village is I went to my school through the like small car. It is like very crowded. I mean, many students inside. So sometimes
Mhm.
if I don't get the seat in the inside, I go to the top and the car. It is it is happened when I was college. So I read in the top of the car, but I think the beautiful moment when I am with my friends in the village, make decision to went to the school to riding bicycle. No, it is like 4 kilometer from my village go to the
Mhm.
school. It is like I don't riding the car the bicycle in I didn't riding the bicycle. I didn't ride the bicycle with the go back from the school and to the home with the bicycle. Just I just ran to the place my bicycle and still there I go to the school when I went to the school at the time. So I think they are one of the memorable for my at the time we talk directly about the fun fun games, the traditional game. It is
Mhm.
good for cognitive. I think cognitive for the child. It is very interesting. So when I play chess, it's like from the music only the radio. It is not or we see or the video. It is
Mhm.
only those and not like a smartphone something like that. It's very beautiful. So I can talk with my
Yeah,
friend
yeah,
very quickly.
yeah, I agree with you.
So when I was young, maybe on 3 or 4 years old, I like to play uh, in the on the river across our house. Indeed, that how to say across by the road.
Mhm.
You guys know what I mean? So
Yes.
yeah, yeah, my house and the road and the river. So
Okay.
we need to cross it. So when I was a little, I just like to play with my friends on the river. But I don't know what happened. I just like to go to swimming on the river, and then but finally I just got accident twice. Can you just imagine it? I got it twice. So how how to say that? How tough am I though? I just don't know. Yeah, how to say knuckle in English? I don't know. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, see, see.
Rebellos, right? Scandal rebellos girl. So it was just me. So my mom tried to change my name so I can change next. Yeah. So here am I right now. So that's why mm, it was just kind of. I think it should be it's something a story that I should remember. I need to remember. That's a lot of history behind my name. That's why I need to keep it. Actually, the name of Ronatama is also has a big meaning. How to say that? Big meaning. It comes from Bataknis. Any guys of you
Mhm.
know Bataknis, guys? Yeah,
No.
maybe perhaps some Indonesian know Bataknis.
Yeah, I'm
I'm,
from Sumatra. West Sumatra.
I'm sorry, Labib. I'm sorry, Mr. Labib. Where are you from?
I'm Jakarta.
Okay. Do you know Bataknis?
Yes, of course. There are
Okay,
many
thank you.
like
So I need to explain the meaning of Ronatama. So
Sure.
Ronatama means bring the joy, bring the good things lah. Bring the good things. Uh, Ronatama. Just uh,
It's someone who brings maybe
Joy.
good news.
Yeah,
No?
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Someone who brings joy, happiness, kind of good things. So it's kind of my parents' prayer, perhaps. So I need to give it. May the goodness come.
It's really
Indeed.
beautiful.
With just with the good come. Yes, yes. So maybe I will. It is the story that I could share. About
Okay.
maybe games. As I remember, I don't really have a specific game that I stuck on my mind, but I just remember I can uh between among my peers, among my friends,
Mhm.
I tend to win the game. But I just forgot what kind of game is that. Maybe run faster, or maybe seek. How to say, hide and seek? Maybe.
Hide and seek.
Yeah,
Yeah, hide and seek.
I love
It's
that.
like,
I love that game.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's all. Any questions so far?
Maybe some trip or some vacations or holidays that you remember. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I don't really have any memorable trip, maybe, but I ever go to it's kind of lesson for me for now on, because I often go traveling, but
Mhm.
I just forgot to bring a to bring or something, to have a kind of a proof that we ever visited it. It's kind of buy something from that place, or put something there, such a what's it,
Mhm.
something that
Postcards,
something that we need to stick on there. I don't know, but it's that kind of new.
magnets.
Maybe, but it's kind of new lesson for me. If I just need to go to somewhere, I need to buy something from that. That is kind of
Mhm.
proof that we ever visited it, and we make a story, maybe, that we need to share
Mhm.
to others. I think it is
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
It's
it's
kinda
important.
similar to take a picture, something else. It's kinda similar to that, yeah.
It's like souvenirs or something like this. As for me, I do the same actually. I buy magnets or some postcards or books.
Ah,
Last time I was in St. Petersburg, and one moment,
oh, yeah, that's why.
the history of St. Petersburg. Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting book. Yeah, really.
it is important. So everyone here need to keep it in our mind that it's kinda important sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So, mm, do anyone has questions? Have questions?
Anyone?
Okay. Thank you, Rona. It was really interesting and informative. Thank you. So, and Nena, it's your turn finally.
Yeah. Hello. What was the question again? I keep forgetting.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Okay. So about memorable childhood moments, I guess. Okay, so my life is kind of boring nowadays, so I don't really have some kind of like good memories, but perhaps childhood. I think there's some moments that I remember, which are the times I played with my cousins in my grandma's house, and me and my cousins, we were so close, but we did not meet each other often. I mean, like my cousins are all from like different province from me, and they live far away, some 12 hours away, some across the ocean. And yeah, that means it's really hard for me to meet them. So we kind of like just meet once a year, which was like at the end of the year on December. They came home for school holidays, long school holidays, so I got to play with them on that time. And Normally when they came to my hometown, at my grandma's house, I would go there and sleep there at my grandma's house, and we would play a lot of things together. We would play with fires and play with, I don't know, kind of like traditional games like I don't know how kids back then play. We did not play gadgets or something like that. We just play outside the house and like playing together, boys and girls. We just play however we want. And on December, I think I'm not sure about other countries, but in my country, during December we have kind of like heavy rains moments, like heavy rains weather, most probably. So there are we face a lot of floods and so on. It is not that dangerous or something like that. So our grandma's house will be filled with water around the house, and we would go outside and pick up some earthworms or something like that, and we would just like play with them just for fun. And yeah, it's kind of like memorable for us. And at night we would play hide and seek while turning our lights off, and it was like enjoyable for kids, right? So yeah, it's kind of like amazing. But nowadays, I mean, like when we grow up, I think it happens to a lot of people that when we grow up, we kind of like grow distance as well. So we are not at all close anymore. We don't even contact each other anymore. So it's kind of like such a pity because we were so close back then, and right now even when we meet each other, it will be very awkward between us. But maybe yeah, that happens, and I will just keep the memories from back then nowadays. Okay, I think
Yeah.
that's all I can tell.
Yeah, I had many friends when I was child too, but I have connection only with one friend now, and we talk, but not very often. But sometimes, yeah, yeah, it happens. It's life. We lost some friends. We get new friends, so it's okay. I think it's life.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anyone has questions? Okay, so and now it's my turn to talk about my childhood. Okay, today I will be the last. So when I was a child, maybe some of my memorable moments is that I often visited my grandparents' house in Gorlovka city. I was born there, but then my parents moved to the village because of hard times, because USSR fought, as you know, and we lived in very bad conditions. But I don't think that my childhood was something bad or something like this. No, it was really fun, and I had to really many moments that I can talk to too long, but I know that we have short time. So, and when I visited my grandparents' house, we almost all my family gathered together. And I liked it so much because one of my grand uncles, he came to us. He was veteran of Great Patriotic War, as you know. It is part of the Second World War, and he had many medals in his chest and walking stick, and all the time I met him, I pretended that I don't know how to shake hands. I always gave him the left one, not the right, and he always said, "No, you did it wrong. You have to give me the right one." Someone called me. It's okay. And it was a really funny story. And about games, we always were outside, yeah, and all our games were outside, and we always invented some new games. And one of our games, I still remember, it called something like password or code. we we had to divide into teams. Each team had to make some passwords, and then you should catch the member of of another team and ask him or her about passwords. and the winner was who caught all the members and got the right password. And it was really interesting game. Yeah, it was our invention, something like this. So that's all I wanted to tell you about. And if anyone has questions to me, so I think everybody is.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you have any background of being a British? Because you look like a British.
I'm
Do
sorry.
you have any background? Do you have any background being a British? From England? Somebody from England? This no, you say you are Russian, I think.
Yeah, I'm Russian.
But you look like British. I am asking whether you have any
British? No,
yes.
no, no. I'm not British. I have roots, Polish roots, Russian roots, Ukrainian roots. That's all. Belarusian, something like this.
Okay.